We're back with round 2 against Paladin GP, a very much strong player. Or another strong player, because Nolan was no fool in game 1. That was a hard-fought win. So let's see what this game is going to be like. I'd be inclined to not block this turn, because Glutton is not a good blocker. There's a Ravager. Okay, so Tempest Utera. Ravager is one of the best reasons to be Tempest Utera. I mean, we can't block this anyway. So let's just fill up the side lanes and make him respect an Infernal Visage. We don't have it, but our opponent doesn't know that, which means that we can present a threat. The threat of Visage, yeah? Then again, Siphon is just a better trick. So let's see what Paladin has in store for us. Other than a Gemhide Ravager. I do like Ravager. In this hand, I'll be looking to play Banshee and Portal Shade if I'm allowed. And if I'm not allowed, I definitely see playing Siphon. Wow, okay, so this is a Siphon for value. Are we playing the Portal Shade, though? That is a question. Well, first of all, here, I think Dirge Banshee is going to be more important than Portal Shade. It also levels. It doesn't level better, but Portal Shade. Well, the relative value as we increase in level is going to be higher with a leveled Banshee and a non-leveled Portal Shade than the opposite way around. If it was one turn further, I could definitely be inclined to play the Portal Shade for value, but not as things sit right now. I'm going to play towards the side lanes here when I can, because our opponent isn't Necrium and we are. So there's always the threat there. Yeah, I think this is a good block. Well, we have a Patriarch that we first picked without too many cards to pump from it. I think it's going to be good either way. Last game we played Patriarch on 2 different occasions and it didn't pump anything in both of those games. So maybe it was the wrong choice. Who knows? But the thing is, the reason why it didn't pump anything was that we had good draws. If we'd had bad draws, Weirwood Patriarch would have allowed us to do something good with them. There's Wind Primordial, Stormcaller. Interesting. Stormcaller may warrant another play from us. Ursine Strength won't change the trade, so I think we're just going to go with a Weirwood Patriarch. Probably in the side. And block with the Grove Huntress. Pushing this guy up to be slightly harder to deal with if our opponent has no level 2s. Calamity Fiend and Siphon. Those are good cards to swing trades. So Calamity Fiend takes care of that. And Siphon takes care of that. So way out in the side lane still, since we're against mobility and we don't want our opponent's mobility cards to be close to the center, so they have a bigger coverage. -5 is going to be enough here. I think I'm just going to make a big Calamity Fiend rather than to have two medium-sized threats. Our Patriarch would become, what would it become? A 9-7? 9-8 even? Well, 9-8 is nothing to scoff at. But 9-8 and 8-10 are both very tradable sizes, so they don't go so much over the top, so your opponent have to invest 2 cards in them. I'd rather make our opponent invest 1 card in the Patriarch and 2 cards in the Calamity Fiend than 1 in both. And I think this is the best way to stretch out our resources. So 2 very good draws so far. We're going to put the pressure on Polygon GP here. There's a Firelight Hunter. Okay. So we can block something, which is going to be this. Actually, we could just ignore the Firelight Hunter for now. And present even 3 hard-to-kill targets. We can block the Firelight Hunter with... actually, do we have good blocks here in the future? Not too many. It's basically Sarath that is a very profitable blocker later on. Okay, so let's not get too cute here. Taking 2 damage on the Banshee is not going to be the end of the world. It's hardly going to be the end of the world. And let's just kill the Blizzard Shaman. Thinking of getting cute, but realizing that it's probably not going to be a thing. Okay, so we've drawn perfectly so far. Level 2, level 2. 2 level 2s on each turn so far on this player level. And with the quality of cards that we've had, being double Calamity Fiend, Dirge Banshee, Siphon 2 with Allied, and now Grove Huntress into Weirwood Patriarch. Well, the Patriarch isn't going to be too good for reasons that we've stated earlier. And actually, I may even surpass playing the Patriarch here just to get the 4-lane advantage. Well, we're getting a 4-lane advantage anyway, because Grove Huntress pumps this guy. But I like to have 3 creatures dealing damage. So if we're not leveling the Patriarch, but instead of playing the Ursine Strength, because the Ursine Strength levels quite well, +9, +9. And that's a really good trick. What did our opponent level to? No, I actually do like this, because that way we can make this guy a 2-card investment with the Grove Huntress as an 11/11 while pushing damage with 3 cards here. Well, our opponent does have the one of Umbrook, the flying dinosaur, the pterodactyl, for what that's worth. But if he doesn't have that this turn, he can't deal with a Dirge Banshee. Well, of course, he can't deal with the double Calamity Fiend. But our opponent is taking so much damage here. Okay, the Glider is taking something down. What else? Ravager. Yeah. So taking 13 there. Unfortunately, we don't have good targets to push damage with. And the question is whether it's better to just howl from here, but I think I doubt that is correct because that loses us. I think I'm just going to play the Rot Wanderer because it deals more damage than the Death Seeker. Oh, that seems so strange. Yeah, but the Rot Wanderer does do things with Calamity Fiends and Siphons. And Siphon needs a target on our opposing side to get +3/+3. So we can't play that right now without our opponent having creatures. So that's a downside towards, or for a straight pump spell. But this is, well, this is the unfortunate hand. Weirwood Patriarch 2 would be good here. Or Ursine Strength Calamity Fiend. Why not? We're just going to push in... yeah, if we have Disian Siphon and Calamity Fiend, it's going to ensure that there is no truly dangerous things going on here. Okay, so the Siphon is down. And the Ancient... Okay, so if that's just a trade, then we are in a great position. Are we going to Ursine Strength here? That is the question. We're dealing 8 damage right here. If we deal... Yeah, we're going to Ursine Strength. Question is what we Ursine Strength. It's +9, which means that this becomes a big threat, while this does not. However, if we're dealing 8 + 9, that is 17. Our opponent is down to 10 life. And if it's down to 10 life, all of our creatures are lethal if we pump this. So this is a plain math problem. There is no blocking 2 lanes to ensure survival here, so it does need a multi-lane effect to survive. And that is a multi-lane effect, but it's got a 1-turn delay. Well, there's something. A way to deal with the threats that has been faced, but fortunately we can just kill the Umbra Glider so that doesn't kill anything else, play a Glutton, and now have a 4-lane advantage. So we forced our opponent into that last line. Maybe there was a better play. Maybe he had a level 3 last turn to be able to leverage 2 kills out of his mobility guy. And as you can see, this game is now over. So that was a really strong win here from this deck against a competent player. We drew very, very well. So there was not much stopping us that game. Okay, see you for round 3.